All right, you guys, another Friday night. It is the Hot 10 show. We've got a crazy, crazy weekend upon us. It is New York City Comic Con weekend. And yeah, I'm sure we're going to be talking about it for the next couple weeks. All the information that's going to be coming out. A lot of interesting stuff coming news-wise. I know that we've been told that there's going to be Spawn movie news, like I feel like for like 2 weeks in a row. And it's definitely making a lot of Spawn books move. A lot of Spawn books are moving right now. But a lot of the other interesting stuff. There was of course, Werewolf by Night show that dropped that everybody is talking about, that everybody that I've heard has seen it, has said they love it. I saw early reviews of it, and all the early reviews were just saying how great it was. So this is a big win for us. This is a big win for everybody that's in comic speculation, because it's actually something good that's moving books. It's something good that is moving books. That's what we want. So I got the crew with me here. We've got the one and only Ben Stein, who writes the list each and every week, and Richie from Popcorn Culture, aka Dollar, is in the house. What's going on, guys?
Hi.
It's
cold here.
Oh man. It's yesterday I was up early in the morning and it was like 74 degrees out, and the wind was nice little breeze.
Nice.
I was like, oh,
Did you spark up?
Of course, of course.
I think it only got up to like 59 here today, and I think right now it's 11:19 here. It's probably like 38 degrees outside. It's so
man,
cold.
I love it.
Really? It's like hotter than hell over here.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. It is getting to be October. October is my favorite time of the year in Arizona because it starts to cool down. So we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. We have 56 live in the beginning of the show. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. You guys make the show amazing. We're going to try and get in and get out. The shows have been absolutely crazy lately. Shout out to Matt Nelson at CGC for coming on the show last Saturday. Modern Comic Mayhem was absolutely amazing. Good dude. Was not a question that he did not answer, that he did not want to get. There was only one question that when I sent him the show notes, I was like, he's like, this is the only thing that I might not know much about, just because I don't know anything about it. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just I don't know anything about it. And I'm like, no, it's okay, man. But there's been some interesting stuff going on there. And then, like I said, there was some interesting books in the market report that this week that kind of surprised me on the Spawn side. A lot of big Spawn variants selling. So people are really looking forward to hopefully some Spawn news. And yeah, make sure you guys give a subscribe, hit that thumbs up, check out all the links in the description, and let's do it. You guys ready? Let's get into it. All right. Let's start off, ladies and gentlemen, of course, with the Almost 10, brought to you by Beyond Wednesdays. Let's get into it. Starting it off. Speaking of Beyond Wednesdays, this Saturday, tomorrow, Dinesh of Bad Idea will be on the channel. He'll come hang out with us, talk a little bit about NYCC. And the first book of the show tonight is a Bad Idea book. This is actually a pretty cool looking book right here. Crazy looking death metal style cover. Orc Island, #1, the NYCC out of 200 variant.
Yeah. So first of all, I know you guys are probably gonna, for like probably half the books tonight, you're gonna be all mad at me and stuff like that. And I know half the people like just loathe Bad Idea.
I love them.
I
Keep
thought
them coming.
I thought they closed up shop. Clearly not. So did you guys read how you actually were able to obtain this book?
No.
Yeah, man, it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So you had to get a picket sign at NYCC and walk around with this thing that said something like "shut down bad idea" or something like that, and you had to do that, and then they limited to 200 copies. You had to do all that to get this book. Um, yeah, stop bad idea. That's it. Yeah, so you had to have these little picket signs. It's bizarre for sure.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, very strange marketing campaign.
Great. It's all marketing a bad idea. You guys know this. It's very interesting, promo and all that type of stuff. And shout out to Dave's Collects. Dave Collects, who I love following on IG. He's always just flying around NYC on a bike. Let me show you guys. He went there this morning, and let me see if I can pull this up. I'm going to give everybody some sound on this. This is kind of interesting. So this was Dave's collects this morning. I think this is it right here.
I'm here to get some books and do some work.
He's standing in line. He's talking to him.
Do some work.
I see the.
I'm here.
He's got all his bad idea shit on.
And get some books.
Are those like all the buttons that they give for like the first day or whatever?
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, Dave collects. He's great, man. I love his stuff.
The buttons is hilarious. Nice call on that one, Ben. It looks like he's got a kink of armor on his right arm.
Yeah.
He's about to show it. Hold on here.
I'm here to work.
So there was a big line of people that were standing in line waiting. And it just goes to show you that they can still sell out of everything at these cons if they wanted to. They could put these variants up there and sell them. I know everybody's like, "Oh no, this is another gimmick," and they just do gimmicks and this and that. But people want their stuff.
That's all video, but I'm here to work. And I'm here to work.
Stop that idea.
Yeah, they will never. They will try.
All right, this is yours. 1119. This is your picket sign.
All right.
Take this. Picket us at the show floor for 1 hour. Take a photo of yourself doing that. Show it to tag at Bad Idea Hello on Twitter.
Or Instagram.
Yeah, show it to us. We get a free book. If you donate to our Kickstarter, show us that too. You get a second book.
Got you. Going to work. See you in an hour.
So there you go. That's how you got the book. You went and did everything that Dinesh just told Dave to do, and Dave went out there and rocked it, man. So he got the book.
Yeah, it's crazy. It took me a while to even realize that the title was in these white flames above his head. I didn't realize that was the title.
Bro, you gotta be learned in the death metal band.
Yes, I was just gonna say. Yeah, exactly. If you're not listening to metalcore, grindcore, or death, then you probably wouldn't catch it.
Oh, I definitely look like that's my my style of music.
Yeah, you do right now.
Yeah. So this one is out of 200. Selling for 200. It's just it is what it is. I mean, yeah.
I love rare books that you got to do stuff like this. Listen, a lot of the books that we talk about being so great, you had to do stuff for. You had to send in a little thing off of a cereal box, or you had to, the back of a pack of cards or something. All these Wolverine books that are so hot and so rare, the Nabisco variants. You had to do some of this stuff for it. It makes it a little bit more interesting. How you got these books in the past. So I like it. I'm all for the gimmick stuff. I'm cool with it. Next on the list, another awesome artist and friend of the channel, Javin Jordan, the illest Illuminati out there, just killing it on everything he does. He did this for NYCC. This is Hail Crow, King of Hell NYCC variant, but he did a foil variant also too, didn't he, for this? This was one of the variants he did, and then he did a foil variant for the Hail Crow stuff, which I have. Hold on. Go ahead and Ben and start talking about it.
Yeah, so I mean it's got so I'm confused as to why it's got the big huge like Wu-Tang thing there in the front. I mean, because it's like huge, right?
Yeah.
The people with the crow faces are creepy. Like it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that's his new book that he's doing, and he's got it all over his IG. Most of his books that he's been doing lately have been based on this, and it's his own property. He's rocking his own stuff, and I think that's really cool, man. Shout out to him for doing that.
Yeah, so I guess the NYCC one is the foil version of this.
Yes.
Selling for $100. I really don't even know what this book is about, but yeah, $100 for it though.
Yeah. I think it's cool when we see these artists that are doing their own creative properties and stuff like that. Very, very cool.
Yeah, Jay Carter said the foil version looks cool.
Yeah. So go check out Illis at Illis Illuminati. Also, here, as a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and drop his link tree in the chat for everybody to go check out his stuff. He's awesome. Does some cool stuff. Does some great books. He's done some great exclusives over the last year. A lot of the bigger exclusives that really hit came from Javin Jordan. So shout out to him. Next on the list. This is very interesting. Shout out to all the Paul Green fans out there. Brian Wood, I'm guaranteed Brian Wood is picking this up from somebody somewhere this week. This is the Grim Zizzlers NYCC variant at a $375. Very interesting how they were giving this away. Did you see how they were giving this away?
No, I know they had several of these Candy cosplay covers. This was one of them, but I have no idea how they were giving these away.
Let me find this here in a second.
And what's funny is you were talking about, or somebody I think was talking about Dennis.
On whatnot, getting the.
Well, I was just going to note that she has the same mouth that Dennis does on his little. It looks like Dennis.
Oh. Are we talking about the Wonder World comics, Dennis?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dennis is the talk of the town right now, my friends.
I want to know if they ever got his connection up. That's all I want to
know. What happened with him?
Well, you haven't seen it yet, have you, huh?
Oh, man.
So this is how they did it. This is the setup from Zenoscope. Had a cosplayer there, and they had the little setup. Who doesn't love Twizzlers, man? And they're doing these really cool like candy versions and cereal box versions they've been doing for a while. So
love Twizzlers.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So there's that. Yeah, man. I would be all over this book if I saw it at the con. I love Paul Green. I think he's great. But his fans are super ravenous when it comes to his exclusives, and a lot of Paul Green exclusives are like 500 and under. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this one I think the buy-in on this was like $20, but it's selling for like 70. So
nice.
Yeah. So it was good. If you got it, it was a good pickup.
Yeah, that's very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let me see real quick here on the next almost 10 book. A gorgeous, absolutely beautiful Jock cover for 300. This is the anniversary issue for 300, right?
Yeah, this is the 25th anniversary for 301. I can't believe it's been 25 years since 300 came out.
Crazy, right?
That's insane. But yeah, so this is a Jock. I don't know how. Didn't say how many were limited. They were selling these at the Comic Sketch something booth or something there at NYCC. There is a trade dress. This is the Virgin. But yeah, if you guys can't see it, like if you have a really small, like watch it on your phone. Yeah. So Leonidas's, helmet here is made out of the shields with the arrows sticking out of them, which is that's crazy. It's just an awesome cover. It was just, beautiful cover.
It's amazing, dude. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I don't think, and I'm not sure that anyone even knew about this book prior to NYCC at all. There was very few of these for sale. the one that I saw, which is why it's just on the almost end. One sold for $100, but I don't even know if most people even knew this book, because when I saw that sale, and I kind of sent it to some other people, and we're like, this is gorgeous. How I've not heard one person talk about this, and they were like, I didn't even know this book existed. Like it wasn't like any of the like the pre lists or anything like that, like all these other people pre-sold a bunch of stuff. I don't think this had any pre-sales or anything like that.
Pre-pump.
Yeah,
these are the type of this is why I love the almost 10, because we're showing you some of the books here that should be the books that people are going crazy for. Like, this is one of the books that people should be going crazy for. That Zizzler's book was one of the books that people should be going crazy for. Like, this is beautiful right here.
This is also
just hype.
This part of our show is so cool because also it's kind of like a prospect list you're putting up in the sense, because a lot of the books we talk about on the almost 10 we've never had on the hot 10 before, or it's been forever and we've already forgot about them, and next thing you know, boom, so it's good for speculators.
Absolutely.
Yep. Very cool. So I see a lot of people in the chat talking about our good friend Dennis at Wonderworld Comics, and he was not a happy camper on Thursday, everybody.
I like Dennis.
Is this on his Instagram?
Yeah. SD Core. Is the sound on? You got to hear the sound.
You guys can't hear it? All right, hold on.
I didn't hear anything.
Here we go.
I see a hand going like this. Like,
well, listen. Here we go.
Coming over to help me with my connection issues because they're all playing around. What am I here for? Get me a tech guy. I've been screaming for 15 fucking minutes.
Tell him, Dennis.
Have you heard me screaming for somebody to come over and help me? The connection keeps dropping out.
Is that Jem? Is that Tom's dad and Jem Mint talking?
What the fuck, man?
And dude, I think he asked Jem, like, Jem, what's going on here? And Jem Mint's like,
the comic content creators are probably like shocked, dropping dead. Like, holy shit, somebody's actually talking to me face to face and calling me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is great. This is look at Skeff. Skeff's like, what's going on, dude?
What am I here for? Get me a tech guy. I've been screaming for 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, I think that's Tom's dad right there, isn't it?
Sounds like the insert to
Jim, have you heard me screaming for somebody to come over and help me? The connection keeps dropping out.
I think that might be Jack.
That's crazy.
What the fuck, man?
Dennis, if you're in the chat, dude, let us know what happened. This is crazy.
I feel like that's a show in itself.
Yep.
Next on the almost 10, We Live #1, the green foil variant. We Live is starting to get some more love as more and more rumors are coming out and more talk about it and the show and all this stuff, and it's getting hot again. And here is probably the best of them all, in my opinion. I like the green foil variant.
Yeah, so the A cover, it had several sales, but they weren't really higher than they were before. They're raw like $30, 9/8, 100 and a quarter, something like that. But this one, this green, I don't know how many of these green metal variants there were, but there was a CGC 9/8 that sold for almost 700, which was like way higher than the last sale. But this is all kind of, and this is, I think, a lot of assumptions.
They can literally look right at, and they could pull up that Wi-Fi signal, and they could, Bryan McClay, what's up? Oh, wait, you're supposed to be, are you live right now?
I was like, this guy is haunting us. Where is this coming from?
Live, baby. All right. We're going to give away this $250 book first before I finish the story. So real quick, let's do it, guys. I'm going to do it. 38 people watching.
We'll let him continue later as we'll wait for him to give away the book. But yeah,
Freaky.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, man, I hear Dennis in my
right?
thoughts.
Me too.
Yeah, but what was I saying? Oh, so the creator, the Miranda brothers, like sent like a real cryptic, like it was either on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and it was like, hey, we've got news coming up, and that's all they said. And everybody just kind of assumed that meant We Live, and so I don't think it's been I don't think it's been confirmed or anything like that, but I know the people that are buying We Live think the story's great. Like it's a really good, like adventure type story or something like that. But it is what it is. Almost $700 though for that green one.
All right, let's see what Dennis has to say.
Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of the story while we're selling this, guys. So, boom, the time starts going crazy. It's going crazy, and I'm like, and I'm getting the little red chat up here saying weak signal, can't continue. I've got the jammed up stuff going on down here in the middle here. I got people saying I can't bid, I can't enter your drawing, I can't bid. I'm screaming at the center people. The guy with the big beard, with the stash and loot jersey. There, I shit you not. I saw 10 whatnot hats. I saw 10 whatnot jerseys all through here. There's 20 people in here, and I'm screaming. I'm Dennis. Everybody says I'm loud. Okay, everybody says Dennis, you're the loudest motherfucker in the room, and you know what? I am. It's not a lie. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, there's no way they don't hear me. This is Joe falling out of the wheelchair in Family Guy. They are just ignoring me because they don't want to deal with the problem. They don't want to deal with the problem, and they don't want to deal with me. I'm nobody. I am nobody to them. Okay? I'm nobody that they gave a shitty shift to. I'm nobody that they forgot comes to Chicago, and they told me, I'll see you in Chicago. I'm nobody to these guys. And guess what? They treated me like nobody. They ignored me like nobody. And that's when I melted down. I melted down, guys. Holy shit. That went for $200, guys. That's insane tonight. $200. We're just giving shit away now. That's a $500 book. We're just giving shit away. I don't care. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die my way. Who wants the first Lando Calrissian?
He's losing it. He's losing it. If there's anybody that they don't want to piss off, this is one of the guys. So he's the junkyard dog is loose, you guys. The junkyard dog is loose. So I'm sure we're gonna hear more about it tonight. So shout out to Dennis for just letting him have it. Letting him have it. All right, back to the almost 10, you guys. Let's get in it. The Infinity Gauntlet #1. This is the second volume, right, of the Infinity Gauntlet. This is the second print of #1. An interesting book right here that is starting to see a little bit of love.
Yeah, and Richie probably knows more than me. There's a first appearance in this, right?
Yeah, it's I think her name is Anwen Bawian, but she's Bakian, but it's not really a full appearance. I read this issue, and I mean it's a cameo full gift. You shouldn't really make a full until like the next issue. It's definitely a strong cameo, but yeah, this thing is impossible to find. I always look for this book, could never find the second print or that. Is it a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25 with her on the cover? It's just her. It's like her in the front, and then like, yeah, this is tough. But I mean, if you're looking for her in story first appearance, make sure you try to grab this issue 2 as well. But yeah, this is a fun book.
Yeah, well, it's a $40 book. So for somebody that I didn't even know anything about, and I mean, it's a cool looking, it's a decent looking cover. I'm surprised because it is Infinity Gauntlet. I would think that the print run, even as a second print, would still be high, but I guess maybe not.
You think so? I mean, because of that Secret Wars tie-in stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a #1. I mean, I would think that
this came out in 2015. Is that when this came out?
God Emperor Doom time, around that time, yeah.
So, Joey says Midtown still has them for sale at cover price.
Oh wow, nice.
There Running you go, by you guys.
You guys go. Cornbread brought to you by Ben's Time.
Is this the same series that had the Scotty Young cover?
I don't think so. This is the 4-issue series, I think, right? So it's 1 of 4. I think there's only 4 issues in this. And
I'm looking it up right now.
Somebody on Flip Side introduced me to the high ratio incentive. I don't know if it's a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, but she's on the front, Anwen, and she's in the Nova Ranger costume. Like
Patrick said there's not any available anymore. So
that's how it works. That's how it works.
Well, good. I mean, good to whoever got them.
Yep.
Next on the list, another Marvel Avengers style book, New Avengers #3. This is from
That's not the right one.
This is not it.
I give you the wrong number. It's not number 3. It's number 13.
Number 13. All right.
My fault.
Blame Ben Stein. That's what the name of the show now. What is it again? New Avengers.
Number 13. And you'll as soon as you see the cover, you'll be like, oh, okay.
From 2010?
2015. Or actually, I put on the list that I sent to you 2105, so it's 80 years in the future.
So it's a volume 1 then, right?
Is it this one?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. The other, I think it's the same volume as the one you had.
All right.
Oh, wow. Then
I believe it's a Delato cover.
it's the one in between Thane. It's where Thane makes his first appearance 2013, so it's volume 2, I think.
This one?
I see it. I got it. You want me to go to you, Brian? It's with Carol, right?
Put it in the private chat for me.
Right.
This is my fault. I failed the city.
You failed. That was a Tedesco cover.
Yeah, I think that's a Delato cover, I believe.
Let me see.
But I
Here's
could be
one.
wrong. I could be wrong. Of course, I need to go back and look. See, I totally, man, this is terrible.
Don't worry about it. We all do it, brother. Shit, I mean, I've literally had aneurysms on my show. The whole friggin' show drops off, and then everybody.
Of course, it's not even 13. I got the wrong number completely.
Okay, so it's not 13.
17.
17.
Is it 17?
So
that one?
That one?
No,
that's not it.
We're all over the place.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid.
That's an Uncanny X-Men 101 1 in 50 by John Tyler Christopher.
Maybe
Or is it New Avengers 7?
Okay, just skip this one completely. I'll find the cover and we'll come back to it. Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Okay,
I'll find it.
All right.
On to the next one. This absolutely gorgeous. Hold on here. There we go. This absolutely gorgeous Kaya #1, right? Wes Craig, 1 in 50 variant.
Yeah, 1 in 50.
Beautiful freaking cover, man.
It is. It looks like
Frank Miller Sin City or something, right?
Either that or what was like the Hit Girl?
Yeah. The Icon Marble.
What is that?
Not Hit Girl. Kick Ass.
Yes, yeah. I was like Hit Girl. I couldn't think of what it was. But that's what it reminds. That's what it reminds me of. But I mean, 1 in 50 seems pretty hard to get, right?
Yeah, especially for this book.
Yeah, especially
33. New Avengers
33.
33, not 3. 33. Anyways, yeah. So this one is. Where was it? This one is this one is selling for $100. So it's I believe it just came out. So it's selling for double, but there's very, very few of these available. So the data is very limited on this one.
Yeah, that's actually a beautiful, beautiful book, man. All right, here is the original book.
That is it.
Oh,
beautiful Doom cover. Yeah. Gorgeous Doom cover.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes more sense. My bad. All right, like I said, that was my fault.
And what is this selling for right here?
This one is selling for $25. I think it's listed as having maybe a first appearance in this.
I don't see.
Yeah. Patrick says first incursions.
No, the incursions first was Secret Wars 1. Unless this is like a team appearance. This is like a team appearance, Patrick.
Yeah,
but
Doom
it is
badass.
But it is a great Doom cover. So I think that's playing a lot into it.
Yeah. It would look better with that blue. You know how I hate that red during that time. It would look better with the blue second print, or
look better without
green, it. Well, no, I'm just saying what's possible
rather than that bright red.
Yeah.
If you take the gold off the top and the red off the bottom,
this is
just this is just magnificent.
Yep. Somebody's gonna do a virgin variant of it. You watch.
Hey guys, Patrick, he's betting his left nut on the first excursion. So
he's going all out.
Book it, yeah. All right, next on the list, This Edge of Spider-Verse #5. This is the quote-unquote spoiler variant that everybody was wondering what it was. This is the 1 in 25 David Lopez variant that just came out.
Yep, selling for 35 to 40, and I'm just gonna say it. I like this cover. I don't know why.
Me too.
It's completely ridiculous, but I like this cover. I don't know why.
It
What is
reminds me
it?
of Ant-Man, kind of like the point of view cover. It's kind of like a point of view cover because we're kind of going down to his size and they're up close with the background, right?
Isn't there an old cartoon where the
Might be
ink
Ant-Man.
blot or the flea jumps in the ink or something like that? Maybe I feel like there's a play off of that, but I just love it. It's wacky. I'm
Yeah,
cool
I
with
mean, I
that.
think it's like with the realistic background and then just like the sketchy, insect or something. It just looks, I don't know. It's just very strange. But when you see stuff like that, it just looks like something that I would want. But
yeah, that's cool.
what is
That's
this, like the
definitely cool.
first spider or something like that?
The first spider man. Spider.
There's
Carrying around a fly. I mean, I don't know. What,
It's the first appearance of Web Weaver, who's a gay spider character, homosexual. I don't know how I'd say it, but
this character right
here
here is
Web Weaver.
like this character on the cover has a preference.
Yeah, that's what it says. And then, but I mean, I could be wrong, guys. I haven't read
Hey,
5
something.
yet.
That's payment. You're paying me.
Spider character, Phil Lord, Chris Maris, Hunter Spider.
$75. Yeah,
it's cool.
I hear something in the background.
Yeah,
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis is losing it still. All right, here we go. I had to change my camera. Next on the list, a Peach Momoko book. How many of you guys thought that a Peach Momoko book was going to be on this list?
Good Peach.
Yeah, the Peach. This is Peach Momoko, Miracle Man #0, right? Miracle Man #0, the 1 in 200 variant. So that's interesting. There is also a cover that it corresponds to, which is Miracle Man #1 or Miracle Man Silver Age #1, the 1 in 200. So here's both of them that you guys can see. If you guys want to put together the set, I imagine there's probably going to be 2 more. Complete the circle.
I didn't know that, but that looks okay. Well,
I'm with you, Joe. I think a lot of people are with you, but more people are fans, and that's the weird part.
Why are they still doing Miracle Man? Or why are they coming back out and doing Miracle Man again?
Got me by the hanging nuggets. I mean, when I know Kate's is all about cliffhangers, slow burns, and the big surprise at the end. But it did come out of nowhere. But when that emblem came in, what was that, the Hulk or Thor series? I was like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
But I don't know. I could be insulting you, so I apologize. I just don't care for it.
Well, it's a 1 in 200 on both of them, so you're going to be dropping a serious coin. What is this one selling for?
This one is selling for $350.
Wow.
Yeah, a little pricey. Almost, especially right when it came out, but
yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine spending $350 on a Miracle Man book, but it is what it is.
Yep. And there's 2 of them that you can spend that type of money on a Miracle Man book right there. So have at it. Next on the list, 2 more books that you can spend your money on. Man, these foil reprints keep popping up, and here they are again. Action Comics #1 and Detective Comics 27 as foil reprints from DC themselves, right? Or are these exclusives? What's going on here?
I think they might be exclusives. I don't think these are from DC, but I mean, is this what they're just going to take every single popular Golden Age, Silver Age book and just reprint them? Is that what they're going to do now? And that's I don't like it at all. It's one thing to reprint certain books, but when you're taking Tech 27, Action 1, you know, Tech 31 is going to be next. You know, it's like, it cheapens the book, and these are just books that you just don't cheapen.
So they are exclusives, aka retail exclusives or con exclusives. That's what I want to know. So we're gonna have to start being very, very precise on a lot of these, you know, because those factors are a big deal nowadays, and there are over 100 exclusives at NYCC. So, yeah, man.
And I'm not the biggest, like Ben and Brian. We don't, all three of us don't buy a lot of exclusives, hardly any at all. But the thing is that it's important to distinguish it because the in the comic community, content comic, and especially the speculator circle, the term store variant, in my opinion, downplays what it could actually be compared to a con exclusive. So, for instance, if you call two of the books the same, they're exactly the same, but one is from New York Comic Con and there's 200 of them, and one is from Unknown Comics. Well, the New York Comic Con one is called a convention exclusive and goes crazy, but the same exact book from Unknown is not going crazy. Is it because we use the term store variant, or I'm saying if that book is rare, not like 3,000, 4,500. I'm saying if that book is sought after and rare. So should we be saying store exclusive, retailer exclusive, outside of con exclusive, Brian?
I think we should be saying retailer exclusive, con exclusive, ratio variant. Those are, to me, those are how we should say it, right? That can change. That can change. So we'll see. But
I mean, I see several people in the chat are saying, like Tony Fix and AOA are saying that they like these reprints, facsimiles of these big books. I don't know. Just if you want to read these things, you can read them digitally anywhere. You don't need a reprint. I mean, why would you? It's like, why would you want a a print from Hobby Lobby for, of the Mona Lisa? Like, would you? Yeah, people do that, but it just looks cheap. It looks like somebody was just, like, nobody really thinks it's the Mona Lisa. So it's just kind of just like, you just might as well just go over to your copy machine and do it. Like, I don't know. This just seems, for these type of things, this seems just like a complete cash grab by whoever was selling these. I don't even know who was selling them, but it just seems very cheap. It seems like a cheap cash grab to me.
I see chats. I see your point, Tony Blue Green. But I see Ben's point too. So I can kind of see, you know what I'm saying? Like Ben makes a lot of sense, and pretty much what he's saying is the closest thing. I would say it's facts, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. But a lot of people are built differently than Ben and me or Brian or whoever. They want to just have that image in a book. You know what I mean? They don't care if the pages are shiny or not.
You guys, I reached out to the Comic Mint. I asked, hey, who runs? Is this the owner running the IG account? Yeah. This and that. I want to have you on the show. I want to get you on the show. Come on the show. He came and said, yeah, I'm the owner. I said, hey, come on. We do this thing Saturdays. I just want to hear about your book. I want to talk about a couple of books that you've done recently, have really blown up behind, and people are talking about them. The Inhuckley Midnight Suns, and then there was another one, and I haven't heard from him since. So Comic Mint, if you're out there, if you're seeing this, if somebody clips this and sends it to you, come on the show. We want to see you on Beyond Wednesdays, Saturday nights, Monocomic Mayhem. We want to hear about the exclusive game. We want to hear about what your thoughts are on the exclusive game, because Comic Mint is putting out a ton of books, and we want to hear about it. So there's your place.
What I do find it interesting, why does the Tech 27 have the new barcode on the bottom, but the Action does not?
Yes, I agree, man. I agree.
I mean, that barcode makes it that barcode looks terrible on that Tech 27.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least it can distinct the newer newbies. You know what I mean? In case they buy the wrong book.
I mean, I would hope that they don't think a foil version was from 1939 or whatever. But
yeah. Well, it's interesting. It's very interesting. We'll see how it works out. Let me get into this. All right, here. Hold on one second.
I appreciate that, Smoke Ghost.
Yeah, we do. And Ben, you make a lot of sense. Like I said, I'm right with you, brother. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, and I also recognize that my opinion is not universal, and there are people that collect a whole bunch of different things, and I'm not telling you what to buy and what not to buy. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I think a lot of people hold that same opinion, but not everybody, clearly.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I want to remind everybody, thank you for watching the Almost 10 brought to you by Beyond Wednesdays, where you guys can find every Saturday night on Beyond Wednesdays, Modern Comic Mayhem. All right, you guys, it is ready to get into the list. Let's get into the honorable mentions this week. The Golden Age honorable mention for the Hot 10 list is a crazy looking cover for Spook number 29, LB Cole. Beautiful.
Like
gorgeous.
when I saw this, when I was scrolling through like Heritage completeds from Sunday and Monday, like just scrolling. I mean, I usually like visually, I see a lot of the Marvel Silver Age, a lot of DC, Batman stuff, and I try and avoid those as much as I can for this spot. Well, obviously the Silver Age, but I try and avoid a lot of the stuff that everybody has seen before, because it's it's kind of boring. It doesn't make good content. And it just, out of the corner of my eye, it's just in the little tiny, thumbnail for this, I was like, holy cow, that's definitely an LB Cole cover. Like you could instantly see it. But did you read the little thing on right above, like the little prose words?
A lot of words there. Slowly. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You got it, Brad.
Slowly, the horrible apparition advanced towards. What does it say? Advanced
toward him.
Towards him. He knew flight was useless.
There was no place to run. He could but stand his ground and face the awful death that awaited him. Like, that's so sad. Like, I'm gonna die. Now, why does he have green fingernails? I don't know. Why is he being chased by?
You notice the weirdest stuff. I love it.
I know, it's so strange. Yeah, but this is a crazy book.
Great cover. Great cover.
5.5 sold for $1,800. Very few of these have sold. The last sale was in 2019. It was a 7.5, sold for basically the same price. So I don't know what that 7.5 would sell for today. Obviously more than what it did, 3 years ago.
That's crazy. All right, next. Oh man, I'm so angry about this one. Like, I mean, I'm so angry about this one to such a major extent that I'm begging anyone out there that got one to hook a brother up. Garbage Pail Kids Origins #1. This is the Nat Jones zombie variant at a 420, and I can't believe I fucking missed this.
Oh my gosh!
You're gonna hate yourself even worse, Brian, when you know that this is local to you.
I know it is. It's local to me. It's local to me, and I felt like calling him up. I feel like calling him up and saying, "Hey, do you have any more that I might be able to snag?" But I don't want to do that. But I will say, hey, Gotham City, if you're watching this and somebody forgets to pay or bitches about something, I got your sale right here. Hit me up.
Yeah,
I want this so bad, man.
I didn't even know that this book was there, because I usually, what I do is, like, on my search, this is just kind of just behind the curtain stuff.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did that just happen?
Let's
go. That just fucking happen. Let's fucking go. Gotham City Comics in the house. Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't even know this one existed. So because like what I normally do on my searches, so I usually pull up like books of the, current books of the week. And when I got down to Garbage Pail Origins, obviously it wasn't listed because it was an exclusive one. I didn't know there was any exclusives for this. And so then when I just kind of like typed it in or whatever, well, all of them were still for sale for, less than less than ratio and everything. So I didn't really think much of it. And then Topher sent something and said, "Hey, look at what this one is selling for." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't even remember seeing this version of this at all." And so then when I went and looked, there was a whole bunch of them that had sold for like $20 to $25, but then those were all gone. And
yeah, I missed out on them, man.
yeah, and then there was one at auction, and it was over $100 already. No other ones for these were for sale, and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing went completely under the radar. Nobody knew anything about this one, and it's such a crazy cover.
It's
and
gorgeous.
And you take Atom Bomb, which is like one of the all time
It
Garbage
is
Pail
the
Kids.
all time.
You think it's the all time?
100%. They used it
Yeah.
on every series up until like
Yeah.
the 5th series, and then like
Wow.
it's the logo for Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
And what great artist picked on this Nat Jones zombie variant, having it and then having it at a 420, man. Hell yeah, I'm all in.
I wonder where 420 came from. Is that
I
a
don't know.
significant number for some reason?
I don't know. Shout out to the Comic Chef who drops a $9.99 super chat saying, "I'll help out on a GPK, Brian. Thanks for the content, man. You guys rock. You really do." I talk about Garbage Pail Kids all the time, and how important nostalgia is for all of us that collect something. And for me, it is G.I. Joe's, Garbage Pail Kids. That is, if I think of G.I. Joe's and Garbage Pail Kids, I'm right back there. Saturday morning cartoons.
Cool.
Oh man, I just love this type of 80s nostalgia. It's amazing. So shout out to Gotham City, man. Just wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
and let
awesome.
me just say this, and this is not how I'm not telling any store out there how to do their business. But if you notice, a lot of times the some of these that actually hit like a nerve or whatever, nobody's pre-selling these. Nobody is like super advertising some of these. I think if you keep some of these things under the radar and don't throw them out in people's faces, I think they're a lot better, or they're more well received with some of the collectors if they're not like openly out there just pawning stuff off on people. I think if you just kind of keep it to yourself, I will say that there's been a few, and I like, Richie said earlier, we don't buy a whole lot of store exclusives, but sometimes when I find one that I didn't even know existed, I'm like, well, I didn't even know. First of all, I didn't even know this store even existed, let alone the variant. And it's a cover that I like, I go ahead and buy it. I just go ahead and support them and go ahead and buy it because it's something I like. They didn't push it on people. And like I said, I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
Just to consider as running a store. Maybe don't push your product as much as you are just to make a quick buck, because some people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that.
Well, I think that good art is always key, right? To me, it's always comes down to good art, and this is just beautiful, amazing stuff right here. Great job all around.
There's so many homages you can do off this cover too.
Oh, yeah. And thanks to Topher for pointing this one out too.
Oh yeah.
As well.
Yeah, well, more importantly, thanks to Gotham City for pulling this one off and just killing it. So congrats on that one. And oh man, I can't be more excited. So here we go. Onto the list at number 10.
Good job, Topher.
Batman. Beautiful Batman book right here. This is Batman 128. The Thiago da Silva, not Thiago Silva, Thiago da Silva NYCC variant out of 800. All right, so is this a retailer exclusive or a con exclusive, chat? Let us know.
I would say that several of these that are store variants are probably store variants that they just took to New York Comic Con.
That's exactly what most people and that's one of my problems. So like, you got these places like Comic Mint and all these, like where they just have like 30 exclusives there. And I'm not harping on them for this. More power to them, man. They're killing it. I think Nakayama is just amazing, and he's doing a ton of stuff. And there's these other retailers that are doing it, but it should be noted, like, hey, is this only made for this con? Is it going to be sold somewhere else? Like that's the type of transparency we need.
Yeah, and I will say, I see Patrick's says, and thus begins the top 10 with 6 straight New York Comic Con exclusives. Um, I I did this for you guys. I did not put any of the NYCCs at the top of the list. I kept them all on the bottom half, but they are what they are. You guys knew that this was going to happen. Initially on this particular cover, okay, 2 things that I noticed. One, that cat down there by the DC logo is pissed. Like that cat is mad.
Yeah.
But 2, I thought this was gorgeous, but then I looked at her eyes, and I swear her eyes, she's got the crazy eyes going on that I don't like. I don't like the eyes.
Have you
I don't
seen
know why-
Have you seen Anne Rice's new interview with a vampire? Have you seen that on AMC lately?
Mm-mm.
She looks like the vampire that they're adapting that Brad Pitt played in the original, and she has the same kind of eyes, same kind of blue eyes. Kind of crazy. I like Catwoman. I think Catwoman's cool in the sense that it's low print run, but this is a Batman title and it's going to be heavily printed. So if you can grab that 800 copies and you got a chance to enjoy the con, or you're just buying from the secondary, I don't think it's the worst purchase, but it's not what I would do.
Again, with this when they start giving these on these DC and Marvels, when they start saying 300 copies, 500 copies, 800 copies, grains of salt, people, grains of salt.
Good point.
Nobody is verifying any of that. They're just saying it, but there's no verification on that at all.
Yeah. And Brad, you're right, dude. Patrick is the man, dude. He spits fire every day, every night.
Yeah. Great community members. Shout out to Patrick. Shout out to all you guys. 167 live right now as we get into the list. Please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Come hang out with us. You guys go sub up to Richie's channel, Popcorn Culture on YouTube. Come check me out at Beyond Wednesdays, and make sure you're, as always, following House of Stein here for the amazing content that he's putting out unboxing wise. He recently put out a great PSA unboxing, so check that out, you guys. Lots of cool content for everybody with all the channels out there. So, all right, what is this selling for again?
70 to 80.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Next on the list at number 9, this is another one of the reprints of an older book with a new fancy cover. This is the reprint of The Boys number 3, which of course is the first appearance of Homelander. This is the Ariel Diaz NYCC version variant out of 250. Yeah. I feel like I've seen this before, but it's Homelander, and who doesn't love Homelander? Homelander
Totally
is just
agree.
amazing.
Totally.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what the reasoning behind. There's like at New York Comic Con, there's like 8 different Boys 3 covers. Like, I don't understand. There's this one. There's the Kirkham. There is a Punisher or ISM 129 homage in 2 or 3 different colors. There's another one that I can't remember who is on it. There's so many of them, and I'm like, why? Why are we reprint? I mean, I get that it was the first Homelander or whatever, but why are we reprinting that now? I don't understand what the point of reprinting all of these books. It's just like somebody's like, oh, I just want to find any key, and I'm just going to reprint it with a really cool cover and sell it. It just seems
modern key. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems so weird.
Do you think? I mean, I can't remember. Did this start happening after the Whatnot Invincibles or before?
It was UF4, wasn't it? UF4.
Was it UF4?
I think that UF4 might have done it first.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Like a book like NYX3, why hasn't that been homaged? I mean, that cover.
Hey, it's on its way. I'm telling you, people are hearing it from your mouth to their keyboard, to email to Marvel tomorrow.
Well, you put me on her years ago, so.
But what I'm saying is, like, people are already thinking about all that stuff. I know multiple retailers that contacted Marvel to try and do a reprint of some book, after the Ultimate Fallout 4 stuff. But I'm not a fan of doing this. I know that the Invincibles are great and this and that, but I think reprinting the books and then. So part of the problem is reprinting the books and then saying that this is the first appearance of Homelander. And a lot of people are going to do that.
Yeah, because the grading certified grading companies, CBCS, CGC, PGX, CGS, they put that on the label for late printing. So if it's a 10th print or a second print or the Whatnot exclusive, they typically put it on there. They shouldn't. I don't think they should, but because the market goes by historical appearance, not chronological. So if we were doing chronological to where it was all about the storytelling, not the day the book released, then I could kind of see it to keep people on track. But vice versa, I don't think they should do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I would say it's a gorgeous cover, but I just don't understand the point. Put it on put it on a new, save it for a new boys book, right?
Yeah, and that's a good point. Not to cut you off, Brian, I'll just end with this. The Boys number 3, right? That's Homelander's first appearance, along with a bunch of other ones, Queen Maeve and everything. That book is like a third of the price of number 1, and that could be the most important book of this entire series. And people are jumping on 1 still. And I have 9.8 and a 9.6 of 1. I have 1 copy of 3, and it's raw, and I bought it at VG. Yeah. And I think that is a huge opportunity right there. I think it's got a higher ceiling.
Shout out to Cantankerous with the $20 super chat that says, unless people stop buying these, they will reprint key books until the cows come home. Bottom line, it makes money. People stop buying these. Again, how you spend your money is your protest or your vote for something constantly. But here's the other thing. And I'm not saying for people out there to go and harass people, but also letting people know that, hey, you're kind of getting a little tired of this, or you don't agree with this, or, let people know what you're thinking, because that's also a big deal. Look at what Marvel did with the whole UF4 debacle. They came out and they said, hey, we're changing this because this is what people are saying they want. So yeah. Shout out to Mighty Mel V, who is in the chat. Another
what
NYCC.
Up, Mel? Where you at?
Combatant.
I was gonna say he's live at NYCC.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get him tonight.
All right. Well, how much was this selling for again?
This one is selling for 80 to 90.
Okay. On to the next one. And here we go. Another one of those reprints. At number 8, this is the Death of Superman again. Superman number 75, the NYCC red foil variant. I'm sure this is coming out of Big Time Collectibles, who put out the first ones. And here's the funny thing about these books. In my market report last week, I found I keyed in on, if you remember, they put out the 9.8 gold foil version of this. They only had 300 of them. They were selling for 150 on their site. One of those copies sold for $1,200 the other day. $1,200. So wow. For those of you guys that are out there that are doing the quick flip on these, congrats, because to me, it's a tough game to play. It's a hot potato game, and you got to get those things out quickly. If you have any of them, you put in for the one and got them for 150. That's a nice $1,000 come up on one book. Could this be the next one?
I don't know. This one, look, I'm not going to say that this doesn't just look gorgeous. It does. I mean, it looks really pretty, but my goodness, I mean, you're talking about one of the top 2 or 3 overprinted books in comic book history. I mean, just stacks of them everywhere.
That every speculator thought was a laydown.
Yeah.
A laydown flip.
And we're reprinting this now just because we want to put this cool red cover on it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I mean, this one's selling for like $80 to $90 or more. I just don't get it. I mean, like I said, it's beautiful. If somebody said, here, will you take this? I would keep it in my collection just because it's pretty. It would look pretty, but collectability wise, I just don't understand it. This is no different than a print to me, than just, hey, I'm going to sell 1,000 prints. Okay, great. But prints aren't what I collect. I collect comic books with first appearances, with deaths, with origins, good covers, but they're original covers, that they're not something from a book that was, 30 years ago. I don't understand this. Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's this book, like you said, it does look good. It's going to sell. I think Mel doesn't have a link. All right, let me send Mel a link. He's out there in NYCC. We'll bring him in.
Yeah, and I mean, DC, I don't think really cares. I mean, like I see Edwin says it's DC, they need to PR and I get it, but I don't think DC cares. I mean, if they can sell 1,000 books to somebody, for this metal cover or this foil cover, they probably had to pay like $6 or $7 a piece for them. Why?
You know what would have been cool with this book? To flip it, it'd be all black cover, and then the Superman symbol be the brushed foil, red foil, and have it be red foil. That would have been cool.
Tough. That meant a tough book.
Yeah, but people love this stuff. They're going to jump all into it. They're going to jump into it quick. There's a ton of exclusives at NYCC, and we're definitely not done. Let's get into number 7. At number 7. Another NYCC book.
I like this.
Star Wars Visions #1, the Takashi Okazaki variant, NYCC variant out of 800.
Now this is the same. This is the same cover as the A cover. It's just the Virgin version of it.
Does the other cover you're talking about, Ben? Doesn't he have also a blue hat or no?
I think the trade dress is in blue.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay,
so there may be other blue. I think that's what I saw. So it says Star Wars Visions up at the top, and I think it's in blue. But this is a pretty cover for sure, and it's an original cover, and it's not of a book from it's not we're not reprinting Heir to the Empire #1. This is like a legit new book that this guy, they basically did the, again, I mean, you can be mad at the version portion of it or whatever. This one again is selling for 80 to 90.
Nice.
But this one is very pretty. I love when they have the lightsaber in color, and pretty much everything else is kind of like a muted color.
It's like Sith.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's bring in the one, the only Mighty Mel V. What's going on, bro?
Tired, B.
I know,
Mel, we bombed on our parlay, bro.
Yeah.
When Minnesota's defense could shut down Andy Dalton across overseas, I was like, we lost this parlay.
How much is this selling for, Stein?
This one is selling for 80 to 90.
Okay, all right.
It's a key issue too, right? Sorry, Mel. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I need another parlay for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm hopping in NYCC. I didn't even see this in NYCC. Brian, like you said, it's just too many. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. You were at NYCC real quick. What does your overall thing for the first 2 days?
Vibe was off. The whole vibe was to me, like, I used to get mad excited for NYCC. Like, this was like our Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? This was like our Super Bowl weekend. It was just, I see a lot of disappointment in a lot of retailers' faces. Put it like that.
Really, because I saw pictures and it looked like the crowds were massive.
They are, but a lot of people there for that, like Dragon Ball Z shit, that One Piece shit, all that other extra shit. Just the Comic Mint killed it. Their lines was crazy. And here's a tip for anybody going tomorrow. I don't know if this will apply for tomorrow, but wait for the Comic line to die. I waited. The con opened at 10 for the public. The fucking line was from their booth. Some outrageous shit. I went to the booth at maybe 4. Everything was still in stock. No line. Shit ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
Shit ain't going nowhere.
All right, let's continue real quick with the rest of the list. I'm sure we'll be talking about this stuff for weeks to come. NYCC, make sure you guys are jumping on the one and only Drunken Chat Son after this to hear more. This is at number 6, 8 Billion Genies. #1, the foil NYCC foil book.
His line was crazy.
Was that at Charles Soule's individual booth?
Artist Alley. He had the Artist Alley. He had that shit all the way back there. And he was next to Ryan Otley. So that whole
nice.
That fucking alley, that shit was brutal.
Was it mostly Star Wars? Oh, sorry.
Did he stop? I mean, it's allocation per day, but I don't think he sold out. Okay. Listen, I sent the link out. It was $40. I don't know what happened. I don't know. You guys are not on my IG, but when this shit was $40, I sent the link out. I hope y'all ate. I heard it was changing prices, all doing all kind of crazy shit. Yo, big shout out to my man Dave. I met Dave. Dave, cool as shit. Big shout out to my man Dave's collection. Yo, nice meeting you, brother. Much love, baby.
We want to meet you, Dave. You look cool.
We keyed in on Dave's post from Bad Idea earlier today. So shout out again to Dave. What is this selling for? Is this selling pretty hefty?
This one's 80 to 100 on this one. People still want this 8-building genie stuff. So
yeah, good point. I saw what you wrote on the list. I thought that was strong.
I don't know. I mean, it's just the pictures that I saw of this, I couldn't even really tell the difference. I mean, I guess I've never.
No, it's a pretty foil. It is a pretty foil.
Is the whole cover foil, or is just the little genie foil?
Like a die cut,
probably the top half.
Yeah, where the AB and genie shit is, and the little fucking genie guy, they're all foil.
That's the foil. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell from the pictures and stuff.
Fucking genie guy.
Yo, Lord of Brooklyn. I did meet Ryan Otley. Big shout out to Trinity Comics. Shout out to Matt Salzman. Me and him, we go way back. Shout out to Matt DeVoe. I just left the party with Matt DeVoe.
Love Matt DeVoe. Matt loves Saltzman too. Shout out to all of them.
Yeah, I know those guys. Way back G+ days. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking to Saltzman because I wanted to say hello to him. He took me to the back room, and Ryan Otley was there. He was doing some interview, and this one kid had a Battle Beast shirt. I'm like, you know about Battle Beast, kid? Oh, Battle Beast is great. I showed him the tattoo. Like, Ryan Otley went crazy. He's like, yo! Took a picture of the tattoo and all that. So I did get a chance to chop it up with Otley. A lot of things coming with the God Battle Beast. That's all I'm saying.
That was a good day for you then.
Oh, bro. I don't know if you want to talk about this now. You want to wait for Drunken Chaz, however you want to do. I don't want to interrupt nobody.
Yeah,
it's up to you, man. I know there was that huge Otley variant.
Yeah,
he was selling for a grip of cash. How much was it for the Battle Beast stuff?
I paid with tax and all that, the card. I ain't ashamed to say it. I paid a lot. It came up to total with tax and all that, like $1,400.
Whoa! For what book?
All this whole complete Battle Beast set. But I love Battle Beast.
Is it graded or just raw books?
They're raw, but they're about to get graded.
Okay, that would be cool if you had like all 9/8.
Oh, they should 9/8. It's like a 10 or 11 books. Yeah, I did the 14. I was like, you buy what you like, man. I like this. I love this.
That's dope. Yeah, I like it too.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for a flip. I'm not gonna flip them. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight PC. Throwing that shit right. Get that shit graded. Throw that shit right in the in my little top loader thing. Top loader, a little fucking BCW box, and look at it from time to time. But Battle Beast is the man. I love Battle Beast. Tony the Tiger, little homage.
Is Charles Soule? Is that the same one that writes the Star Wars for Marvel? It is, right?
I think so.
No? Yes,
yeah,
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So very cool. Go see Ryan Otley, you guys. Try and get some of those Battle Beast books. On to number 5. Speaking of Invincible, this is the guy who started the Invincible variant run. What do they call them? Battle damaged run of every character under the moon, stars, and sun is going to have a battle damage variant. And now we've got the Batman one. So here we go. Batman number 126, the Tyler Kirkham NYCC variant out of quote unquote 1,000 is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of books.
Hey man, looking at the veins in Batman's arms, he clearly did not miss arm day.
His abs have abs.
Holy cow. Do you guys like these?
I think the Invincible one was a good idea. That's what you're talking about when you said this pose.
Yeah.
Right? I thought that was a good idea, especially with all the blood. But
the first 3 were cool, but everything after that, I'm over it.
But there is it's the same thing with Action figure variants. That shit should stop fucking 5 years ago.
Should have stopped.
But
yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, it's got a fan base. Big shout out to Flame Rain. Very good dude. He see my frustration on the Mark Brooks line. And if I came up kind of short, I was fucking heated. But we'll get to that drunken chat. But Flame Rain, nice meeting you, brother. And the battle damage, it's a fan base now. There are fan base for this shit.
I have I got 2 sets from Whatnot. Wasn't even expecting, got these in the mail. I'm like so happy. I sold the first set, but the second set I have up. I'm getting, not everybody, but I've gotten 3 messages saying, "Hey, will you sell issue 2 with what's her name, Adam
Eve?"
Yeah.
Creative part about that is we took those for granted. All that free stuff that you got in the mail, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You hold on to that stuff because you hardly see anybody selling that stuff anymore on Whatnot.
So, real quick, we are at the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen, 186 live. Hit that thumbs up button. I want to do a quick rundown of some of the other variants that are out there. First of all, this is the Bleeding Cool top 15 of the hottest NYCC comics items to grab.
So it is Bleeding Cool, so take that salt again.
So they talk about, of course, the Bad Idea protest placards, 8 Billion Genies #1 foil cover. You can find it in Artist Alley. So there's that. 50 signed copies, 55, unsigned are 50. Hopefully he'll have some more tomorrow, you guys. Here's what we were talking about the other day on Wednesday nights on the Radar Show, the Topps Garbage Pail Kids scavenger hunt. So they did this in San Diego. You can also get cool comic books and cards for the scavenger hunt for NYCC. The 7 Years in Darkness ash can. I didn't know about this, but Joseph Schmalke is a much beloved creator. I know Yi is a big fan of Schmalke, so go check out that. Looks very cool cover, haunting cover. The Kill Audio vinyl figure underwater patina edition, I guess, is a big thing. So this is limited to 100 pieces. If it's still there, go grab them. A Let's Play T-shirt, I guess, was a big hit. Marvel's Jeff the Land Shark is another big hit. He was put on that variant, of course. And then there's the these are all exclusive Marvel things: the Peach McMoko book, the J. Scott Campbell Dazzler book, and then there's a couple other ones. This 25th anniversary of She book really, really interests me, though. So you guys go stop by and say hello to Billy Tucci. And
I was with him outside with Dennis. I met him several times before. Tucci, that's my guy.
Amazing, dude. I want to get Billy Tucci on the show on Wednesdays.
Easily can happen.
Yep.
Easily.
So I love Billy Tucci. I've always loved him. I love his take on things. Shout out to the Ethan Van Sciver crew. All right, number 9, Nightfall foil covers. So I didn't know much about these. They're not going to hit stores till October 26th, but we'll launch at NYCC with 2 different foil covers at the Vault booth. And Serrano Ashcan from CEX Publishing. Be on the lookout for that. Comixology original creator cards. This is very interesting to me. It looks like they're doing some type of creator cards. Look at that. I don't notice. Maybe these are books or something, but I always thought the idea of creator cards would be kind of cool. Next, we have the Bloodshot Unleashed and Bulletproof book. This is at Bulletproof Comics booth 3700. John Carpenter's Tales for a Halloween Night, Volume 8. There you go. There's that. The Radiant Black 18 has a 22-page splash page, as you can see. Limited to 250 copies, which is nice. It was $50. It will be on sale only on Saturday. So pick that up tomorrow, you guys. Only number 250. And so that's that. It looks like CBSI also put out a list or a little rundown. They've got what we've gathered so far. The Boys, number 3, first appearance of Homelander. 3, Tyler Kirkham battle damage. There's all the numbers on that. The Drew Zucker Virgin and foil.
What's the metal limited to?
There's the metal 50 on all of them, it looks like.
Wow.
A metal is 75 on this one. Batman 126, of course. The Detective 1063. Detective 27 of foil. This is the Javon Jordan Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Armageddon piece, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 132 Zucker, and then the Good Boy stuff. I like the Kanto stuff. I really like this Kanto cover right here and right here. These two are just beautiful to me. So yeah, check it out, you guys. It's very interesting. Let's move on with the rest of the list at number 4.
One more thing. This cover, and you don't have to get the Whatnot edition because there's like regular edition, but this cover right here really caught my old Red Dead Redemption homage.
So like an Xbox redemption? Xbox?
Yeah, and it's a GameStop, the little stupid GameStop sticker, the pre-owned shit. They got the same version without the Whatnot if you want the Whatnot, but just go to Scout Comics Prodigal Son. They have the Red Dead Redemption homage. I got it for the Red Dead Redemption.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, at number 4, we've got Man-Thing heating up because of the amazing Werewolf by Night show that everybody's talking about. Man-Thing, such a funny character, just innuendos galore, very complete ripoff of Swamp Thing. It feels like unreasonable how much similar they are, including the art on the inside of a lot of stuff.
Well, including the fact that it says the most startling swamp creature of all.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's so much of a ripoff that it's hilarious.
Yeah, and I love how he's named Man-Thing, and his schnoz looks like a Man-Thing.
Looks like a Man-Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tripod.
Well, this isn't the first appearance of Man-Thing. That, of course, is in Creepy magazine, right? If I remember correctly. Or
is this his first solo series? Or?
Yes,
first solo
this
series.
was his first solo. Yeah. Now they've had a couple other, right? I mean, like the same year was Giant Size Man-Thing, and then a few years later there was another Man-Thing.
Marvel
with the red with the red cover, right?
Right, with the red cover. Mm-hmm.
So that came out first.
This one came out first.
Okay, gotcha.
Was Man-Thing story tied into Marvel Premiere or Marvel Spotlight? Kind of like
tied into Man-Thing. Was first appearance was Savage Tales 1, not Creepy.
Right, the magazine size. Yeah.
Great cover. He's holding the head, right?
But yeah, so this one obviously with the Werewolf by Night stuff, I think there's if this was received so well, I think any of these characters that are still there have potential. I mean, they could easily do this again and again because it was so well received. So yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like Bloodstone 1, a year ago it was close to $1,000 in 9.8. It's really only like $600. There was a bunch of copies that sold this week because she was really well done, but it didn't really go up to. It still was
like 1,500, 2,000 plus kind of.
Yeah, so I mean, it was still price wise, it wasn't really moving, but there was a lot of copies that had been sold.
What do you think that's from, Ben? Is that the market, or is that? I mean, because the MCU is huge, and this just premiered. You would think that book would be going crazy.
So I'm just going to do a quick graph here. I'll take my Thrawn down here. All right, so you guys can take this for what it's worth. This is my theory on a lot of things.
Yeah, a little Isom elevation over there.
Right. Okay, so this right here. So let's see. We're going to go like 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. All right, so we can see all that. All right, so let's take like Bloodstone. All right, so it was like here, and then 2019, and then COVID hit.
Okay.
And here it went, soaring through the roof,
mm-hmm.
and then it dropped way back down. And then it's like here. Okay, so then so pretty much, and this is not just for Bloodstone. So COVID was not real. The whole period for not just comics, any type of collectibles. Take this out of any graph that you have. Just get rid of it. Like it doesn't even exist. And now look at your curve. Now your curve, if you just eliminate these, it still is going up.
It's ascending like it should be.
This right here, this is all fake. Ignore it completely.
Yeah, right.
Just ignore it. Because, and I think so when we're looking at a lot of values on a lot of things, we're like, oh my gosh, the market has crashed on even like Ultimate Fallout 4, it's crashed. You can get 9.8s for 2,000 now, 2,100. Well, yeah, but when you compare it to 2019 pre-COVID, that book is still going up. This right here, just take this out of your graphs. When you're thinking long-term investments, get rid of those 2 years. We're thinking very myopically when we're thinking, oh man, that book has crashed. All these books have crashed. Well, yeah, they have in this period. That period just take it away. And so once you do that, then you realize, well, if we get rid of that fake period year over year, these books actually are still going up, right?
That makes the most sense. I was trying to figure out the same question Richie was trying to figure out, like, why is this book going back up to $1,000?
That was a perfect graph. That makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well, what is this selling for right now?
All right, so we've got 9.0s are selling for $400. Again, this is not a first appearance. 7.0s are $240, but when you got some of these Silver Age keys, most people can't afford those, so they go for this number one, their first solo, as the second best option.
I like this too.
Yeah.
The cover is great. He's on the cover of this one, so very, very cool. All right, next, let's get into the top 3 of the Hot 10 tonight, you guys. We have 200 live watching right now. Hit that thumbs up button. Remember to check out all the links in the description below. It's Drunken Chat Son immediately following this. Modern Comic Mayhem tomorrow night. Dinesh is going to come hang out with us for a little bit. And we're going to go through all the New York stuff on both shows, I imagine. Check out Popcorn Culture on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed here also. Let's get into number 3. A gorgeous, gorgeous cover that looks exactly like an old school Disneyland travel poster. And, man, this is beautiful. Dark Ride number 1, the Tom Whalen 1 per store variant.
Yeah, and if you even look at his where it says Arthur Dante's Devilland, the D is in the Disney
it's great.
font.
It's beautiful,
it's
man.
It's like dead on. But yeah, this one is selling for like 80 to 100,
Really?
which is a lot. There is a 1 in 25 of this. That's a Trish Forstner and Tony Fleeks. That's looks like Little Mermaid. I actually like that cover better, and it's a 1 in 25. I would think it's rare or hard.
Didn't
more
Trish
rare
also
than this.
do Dark Ride?
The Bird City
Dark Ride, yeah.
Mario homage.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yep.
Well,
what's interesting about this is that it's a 2K print run, but you guys, if you don't know, the poster line is very important if anybody picked up on that, because the artist is a renowned Mondo poster.
I was going to say this looks like a Mondo poster.
It does.
Yeah. So Tom Whalen is an acclaimed Mondo artist.
And I heard Dark Ride was a pretty good read as well.
Hopefully.
Anything that homages Disneyland I'm all about it.
Yeah. What is this one selling for?
80 to 100.
I would be scooping that up if you're on the close end of the 80 side.
I would tend to think that anybody who's buying it at that cost is buying it to keep. They're not going to flip that.
That's what I'm saying.
I got one for Chad out there. Find out the first Tom Whalen comic art, because that could be a cool book. So beautiful color too. Love the color palette.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, I think we owe a standing ovation to the amazing Eric July for this awesome book coming out. Is it? I think it's said Isom.
Isom.
Yeah. And this is absolutely so cool, you guys, from the Ripaverse comics line. Eric July, a young man from Texas that is in the YouTube commentary world. He does a lot of political commentary, but he also talks a ton about comics. Very, very smart. And I've been a fan of Eric for a while, and I was really excited to see the Ripaverse be pulled off. If you guys don't know about the Ripaverse, let's give you guys a little information on it.
Don't he remind you of Lucas a little bit?
me show you guys.
I'm Eric July, founder, owner, and writer. Welcome to the Ripaverse.
This is so cool, man. He did it on his own. He said, fuck it. If I can't get anybody else to do it, I'm going to do it on my own. Very interesting.
The problem. Now, don't get me wrong. This was always a part of my aspirations. However, the current climate certainly sped things up. You've watched some of your favorite comic book characters be bastardized to the point to where they're completely unrecognizable. They're just used as career stepping stones for a lot of writers that don't care about the lore. Some even despise their fans. Those are people that just want to tell stories that represent their social political views, even if they don't make sense for the characters that they're writing. And of course, these mega corporations that control these properties don't exactly make it easy for you to get in and understand what's canon.
And that's one of the reasons I really love what he's doing. Canon and continuity is super important to him and how he wants the universe to run. And to me, that is one of the most important things a comic book universe can have is continuity.
So maybe it's time for something new.
Yeah. So yeah, we can pause or whatever. So these came out like the pre-orders or whatever. Was back in the summer. Yeah, Kickstarter or whatever. I forgot
over $3 million on his Kickstarter.
Yeah, I completely forgot all about it. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at some of the again. I don't care about his politics. I see John Smith is really anti this, and that's fine. I really don't care about his politics. We put books on here all the time of people whose politics I do not agree with 100%, and you know that they're pushing their political views as well. I don't care about any of that. What I do care about is if that is what they believe in, then so be it. And he's put himself on the line, and he's doing this. He's made good money off of it. I'm actually surprised that they're selling. So this was like a $50 buy-in if you bought in initially. These are selling for like almost $200.
What?
Yeah, I'm really surprised because I would have thought that all the people that would have bought in or that wanted it would have just bought in $50.
I got three copies of each ABC.
Yeah.
And I still didn't get them yet, but hopefully.
Well, John Smith is so fired up, I'm going to have to read it.
Well, and again, John, the thing is, he's saying the selling point is the politics. What do you think half of the books that are out there anymore?
Mark Waid does that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, was it Eric Larson's entire run? I mean, Savage Dragon, that's all it is. It's basically a political book. That's all it is. So you may not agree with his politics, which I don't know what his politics are. I don't know if this book is any good. I would like somebody to actually let me know. I mean, if you get it, Mel, and
I'm definitely going to read it. And the reason I support the book is it's not lazy. He's creating a new character of color,
right?
Which I've been on a fucking soapbox for years. I don't want to see the same character. Like, I don't want to see Black Superman. I don't want to see Black Batman. Stop being lazy. Create new Black characters. And this is why I supported the book. And
I love the fact that he talks about one of the pillars of the universe is the continuity and the canon. Again, I don't care about his politics either. I mentioned that, the politics, because that's what he does. He does some political commentary on YouTube, but he does. Yeah,
I don't agree with a lot of his political shit.
But here's the thing: the going out there and creating the universe that so many of us want to see. We want to have great characters that we don't have to always have a storyline about this character dying and then in 6 months that character coming back. And yeah, man, his name of his show says a lot for canon's sake. And that is what I love about it. I love comics continuity, and I feel like comic continuity has been broken and it's unfixable. And the only way to fix it is to start something new like this.
No.
So we'll see. And I love it that it's on reselling.
I tried to get him on Drunken Chat several times, but he does.
Hard person to get a hold of.
Brian, Adam Levinik, he said that this was printed before the sale started. Cover A and B is sold out. C is print to order, guys.
Okay, there you go. So if you guys want to get a copy, go to the reprint.com and get a copy C and check it out.
Yeah,
no one's read it. It just came out.
Yeah, I didn't get mine yet. I didn't get mine yet. I will read it though.
Yeah.
Well,
John Smith, I don't know who you are, but you're just at this point. It feels like a troll on the next level with the name and everything.
There's not one book on, other than Boys Number 3 and Superman 75. There's not one book on this list that I've read.
Yeah,
not one. No, Spawn 1, which we haven't got to.
I would say that he's a troll. He's expressing his opinion, and everybody.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I don't mind expressing the opinion, but anyways, I'm not going to get into it.
No, I understand where Brian's coming from too. It's just it's a little much. We get the point.
Yeah,
and
no politics, no religion.
But I mean, not to change the subject, guys. If you guys are hunting Man-Thing, Astonishing Tales 13 is a cheap book. That is his third appearance, but his first cover appearance.
No, and I want to step back real quick. John, you're not a troll because you don't agree. It's just that the barrage of comments and stuff.
Yeah, it's the way. It's the way.
Yeah, and some of the comments, it's pretty hardcore, man. For just jumping in. I don't know. Maybe you've been part of this community for a while, and I just haven't seen you. But if you are new, hey man, it's not about politics or any of that stuff with this book. For a lot of us that like it, but more importantly, it's not about politics for being on this list. It's on this list because it's selling.
I know this is going to sound terrible, but what is Comicsgate? I mean, I've been hearing it for.
Yeah,
4
I never
years.
really understood what that was either.
Wasn't that with the Easy Man Skyver too?
Yeah, it's like it's a bunch of people who have one political view and another person that have another political view, just constantly arguing. It's basically what it is.
All right, I didn't mean to open that can of worms.
Yeah. But anyways, great book. Shout out to Ripaverse and Eric July and pulling it off and getting the 3 million plus backing almost immediately. I think it was within like 2 weeks that it happened. So very, very cool stuff. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about this book. I'm definitely going to read it and check it out. There's very few books that I'm able to read right now, and I'm going to make time to read this and check this out and follow it. We'll see how it is.
Real quick, I just mentioned something, the Astonishing Tales 13. Yeah, that's your first cover of Man-Thing. Third appearance came out a couple years before, or not a couple of years, a couple months before, I think, Adventures into Fear 11.
Yeah.
It's real close.
Yeah. All right. Brian is in Red, Arizona. Oh, man. If you only knew what my true politics were, that comment would really make you laugh.
Do people really walk into Starbucks with like machine guns and shit?
No.
There was a movie. I just saw that they were in Arizona. And what was that movie? Queen Pins. Have you seen Queen Pins?
Everybody's carrying here, that's for sure. But I've never seen people walk into Starbucks with machine guns. Or
they live in Arizona, and there's and these two women, and they make all these fake coupons for supermarkets, and it's based on a true story in Arizona.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so
yeah. All right, here we go, you guys. On to number one this week. We talked about the news that was supposed to happen that kind of kept getting pushed back, and we haven't really got much news other than a couple new writers being associated to the project and Jamie Foxx still being part of it. Spawn number one at the number one spot. What's this book been selling for lately?
Yeah, so when you look at sales, first of all, when you look at sales of this book, probably over the last 10 years, the sheer volume, I can't even explain how many copies of this book sell every single week. It's crazy. For a book that, had to have been printed, 1 million copies?
Yep.
I mean,
ton of them.
Just insanity. So after McFarlane kind of teased on his Instagram with some weird, looked like a kid wrote it or something like that. It was so weird. And then it turns out that it was he found a new director. Was it a new screenwriter as well?
Yeah, he got the guy that did Joker, which is the #1
Yeah.
all-time selling R-rated, and then the guy that is doing Captain America. The new Captain America.
4, yeah.
You want a graph of this?
I mean, even the newsstands, there's got to be at least 50, 60,000 of the newsstands, right?
You would think, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chloe's Comic Swag with the $4.99 super chat. Follow Chloe's Comic Swag on IG.
No, don't follow him. It'll make you mad because he got every goddamn.
Oh, he does such beautiful presentation on books, and
I'm sure he's got a 9.9 of this.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Yeah. So okay. So when you're looking, and all right. So this is going to be another little weird thing, and I try and make analogies on things. So when you think of Spawn 1 and all the copies that have sold, the price is generally pretty level because there's so many available and they sell all the time. So for a long time here, this was 9/8 are selling for about $170. This week they're back over $225, so it's up quite a bit in 1 week, which is a lot for that book. But I wanted to bring attention, and I brought attention in the article as well. There was another book that McFarlane had that did the same thing for years, ASM 300, year after year after year, for like 7 years in a row. 9/8 of that book were $1,000, give or take $50, $1,050 or $950. That book was the graph was, for like 7 years was exactly the same, never changed. And then all of a sudden it did. Once it did, it pretty much never stopped until 9/8 got over $5,000. It just basically just continued. I'm not saying that Spawn 1 is going to be a $5,000 book. What I am saying is once this book actually starts going up consistently, it will continue to go up consistently and won't stop. This could be, I'm not saying that this is a $1,000 book because there's so many copies, but I also think that ASM 300 shouldn't be a $5,000 book because of how many copies are out there. So I'm just saying, make a correlation with what historical McFarlane first appearance type things look like, and that is what you got here with Spawn 1. I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of Spawn 1s, but if you've got them, it does not hurt to sit on them for a while. You could sit on them for years because you're not going to lose a dime ever, and the potential is it could be a $500, $600, $700 book 5 years in the future.
I saw a Spawn. What's the first appearance of Overt Kill? Number 6 or 7, one of the two. I saw the proof copy of that, where they go through it before and make sure everything's correct. It's pretty crazy. I saw a proof copy of that at Jesse James Comics today.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I gotta head on over to Drunken Chat. They're waiting for me, but thank you guys for having me. Of course, we're gonna be talking about NYCC. Anybody wants to join? You're more than welcome.
I'll get with you tomorrow, Mel. About
See you, Mel.
Yes.
Have a good weekend, brother.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah, you too, brother. We'll see you.
All right.
Drunken Chat, you guys go check it out immediately following this on Mighty Mel V channel. McFarlane wants this movie made so bad, but I'm really excited that to know that he does want it to get done that bad, but he's also kind of taking a back step, letting people write it and be part of it. That's not him doing it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I know it's his baby and this stuff, but I want somebody else doing it. I don't want him doing it because I don't know if he's the right person to do it correctly.
Makes total sense. Total sense.
So,
yeah.
A lot of crazy books sold this week Spawn-wise, including some really, really rare variants. So Spawn stuff is crazy. All right, you guys. That being said, 186 to the end. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys are subbed up. If you're not subbed up, hit that red subscribe button below. Hit those thumbs up. We will be doing an amazing Saturday night Modern Comics Mayhem show tomorrow night. And then Sunday night, you guys got to go anything on? Football night? Any sales, anything?
Well, I have a sale tomorrow. I'm doing a Werewolf by Night key issues, like, you know, where if it's not an iconic cover, it's not an iconic cover. You know, there's something going on in the guts or on the cover. So that's tomorrow, whatnot. And then I got some really cool videos coming up. I'm just working on editing. I'm very slow, and I'm a slow shipper and all that other stuff. So a lot going on.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I'm shipping. I just shipped out dropped off a bunch of books for my sale on Monday. So everybody that was part of the Turtle sale, your books have been dropped off. They'll be on the way. And Whatnot is going to be crazy for NYCC this weekend. So I don't know if I'm going to have a sale. If I do, it'll be nice and easy. But make sure you guys come check me out. And Stein, you got anything coming up?
I'm home for a few days. I got surgery on Monday, and then fly out.
Surgery?
For my kidney stones.
Yeah.
And then fly out Tuesday. I have to go down to Daytona to work. So I'll be in Daytona.
Is it bad there?
They were on the east side of the storm. So,
Okay.
but it went through there, and I guess I don't know. I'm sure it was not near as bad as like Fort Myers or anything like that, but we'll see. We'll see when I get down there. But so if any of you guys are in that area, I'll be down there.
Awesome. Well, there we go, you guys. This is the Hot 10 list for the week of October 7th, 2022. We will see you guys next time. Adios.
See you.